Start doubling up on your jab now, just a little bit. All right? Look, start moving your head a little bit with this guy. Look, when you throw in combinations, you got to get down. You can't get up high. So you got up a little high and hit you with a couple shots. Okay? Now stay away from fighting with this guy. We're going to keep boxing this guy. You're boxing him right up close. Good.
All right, here's plan B for Pestriaev as he landed a nice flurry early in the round. Whitaker perhaps looking to land something big and walked into some punches.
Let's go, guys.
We can't quite get a look at the feet, but there was some notion that he might have been stepping on Whitaker's shoes during that flurry, or part of it.
Well, here's a good full-length view and a chance to see the foot interaction. Of course, when you're fighting against a southpaw, Roy, the conventional piece of advice from the trainer is keep your foot outside of his lead foot.
Yeah, because if you don't, then you're lined up to be right down the pipe of his punches. In other words, his hands are lined right between your hands.
Pestriaev seems quite content to put his foot right in front of Whitaker's. He doesn't seem to be making any conscious effort to stay outside of Whitaker's lead foot.
Because he's taller than Whitaker, he doesn't have to do that. The height advantage gives him room to react to whatever Whitaker does, because Whitaker has to travel a little further than he normally would.
As Pestriaev has gotten a little bit braver through rounds 3 and 4 and into the 5th, he's become more effective. And you heard Whitaker's corner urging him to keep his head moving, as they felt as though he'd allowed his head to get a little bit still and gotten careless, and that's why Pestriaev was landing punches.
Pestriaev is trying some different things now. He's gaining confidence, as you said, and that would make a fighter try different tactics.
Pestriaev and his trainer Luis Acaris were at odds on the question of whether he'd ever fought a southpaw as a professional. Acaris said, oh yes, certainly he has. Pestriaev said, no, I don't think I have. If this is legitimately the first time he's ever fought a southpaw as a professional, he's not doing too badly in the technique area.
Not badly at all.
Hasn't been able to land those straight right hands that most fighters try to use as the heart of the arsenal against a southpaw. Now Whitaker looking for uppercuts against Pestriaev, and Whitaker was hoping that the uppercut would score heavily for him in this bout.
And I think he's been doing pretty good so far.
Got a tall opponent who crouches over to get at you. Perfect uppercut target, right?
Yeah, once you can get him to crouch over. First, you have to pin him against the ropes to make him crouch over, then you throw the uppercut.
Whitaker landing the jab.
No, break! No punches, no punches, no punches. Watch the elbow. Okay, let's go. Come on.
Trade punches in the corner.
Let's go to rope. Let's go to rope.
Solid blows on both sides.
And Pernell threw a very powerful right hook there.
The right hook. An improving punch in the Whitaker arsenal. On Monday night, HBO Sports presents Where Have You Gone, Joe DiMaggio. Through rare footage and interviews, this HBO Sports special explores the life of one of America's most envied and respected figures. Joe DiMaggio defined an American institution, those magnificent Yankees, then he became one. Premieres this Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific time. Where Have You Gone, Joe DiMaggio.
Come on.
You're perfect.
Look, keep boxing and feint, boxing, and sometimes when you get close, you got straight half step with the left hand, then bring the hook back. But you make sure you're close.
Your hand help. You understand? And you stay, you move your body, and you keep combination. Combination. You must.
I'm reminded watching this, guys, that it's easy enough for us to say the other guy doesn't look that good. He doesn't have a good record. He ought to win easy, Whitaker. The other part of it is he's got to go out and do it.
But the guy doesn't have a bad record. It's just not against noticeable opposition.
Right. Yeah, in fact, the next to last fighter he knocked out 2 fights ago had been knocked out 6 consecutive times coming into the fight. Which means that Pestriaev, with a record of 18-1, was fighting a guy who had been knocked out 6 consecutive times. That probably wouldn't happen with a contender here in the USA. Although, of course, it's boxing, so you never want to say never.
Never can say what will not happen.
Hard left hand to the chest by Whitaker. Jaw by Whitaker, and Pestriaev momentarily stunned by that left.
Break, no punches. Let's go. No punches, okay.
What Whitaker is doing is he's lining his right foot outside of Pestriev's foot. That lets his left hand be right down the middle of Pestriev's gloves. Then he can land that straight left hand with no problem.
Let go of him, Sweet Pea. Punch him. Punch, that's it. Oh, no. That's a slip. That's a slip. Let go. That's it. Watch out, guys. Come on, guys. Just fight, okay?
Pernell Whitaker said to the referee after that clinch, watch his head, watch his head. The referee said, Pernell, just fight.
Jim Santa, former Maryland Terrapin football player who now lives in New York, saying, I'll do the refereeing here, Pete. Straight right hand by Pestriaev, countering the right hand by Whitaker in close.
Let go.
Pestriaev has a pretty good straight right lead.
Needs to get it off more frequently.
Come on, punch. Let's go.
There's that uppercut that Whitaker said he wanted to work on.
And he waited till he got his man to the ropes, just as he said he would, Roy.
Watch the elbow, okay? Let's go. Time. Both you guys, watch their heads, okay? Okay.
Yes. Три глубоких вдоха выдоха. Поглубже сделай вдох выдох. Хорошо, подыши.
He's having a little bit of trouble breathing. You got to try to start to breathe a little easier. Just watch yourself, and also try to extend them out a little bit. Extend them out.
Спокойно, увереннее. Не суетись.
I believe you can do it. Straighten out.
Not too far. Not jump. Stay. You move your body. Yeah, I need combination. I need jab and combination.
Okay. Give it the right.
All right.
Pete, you're killing them with the body punches. You're killing them.
Stay busy with the jab. Just stay busy with your jab, all right? Just stay busy with that jab.
Pestriaev seems to be breathing very heavily. They're trying to get him to relax.
Well, he has a lot of pressure on him here tonight, being the first time that he's in against this kind of opposition. Then Whitaker's also throwing some pretty good body punches.
It's scheduled for 12. We're halfway through. Harold Letterman, what do you have so far?
Okay, Jim. 59-55, 5 rounds to 1. Pernell, Sweet Pea Whitaker. I did give the 5th round to Andrei Pestriaev. I thought Pernell just didn't punch enough for that round. But basically, Pernell's taking it to him. He's the effective aggressor, and he's out fighting him, making the better shots.
Watch your hold those. Oh, no. Brother, go home. Let's go. Come on, let's go. That's all right, let's go.
Whitaker may have been frustrated there because Pestriaev landed a hard counter right inside.
Yeah, but Whitaker's also countered with a hard left inside.
Pestriaev performing at the height of his capability, as is indicated by this. Whitaker, through 6 rounds, landing 34% of his punches. That's a normal connect rate for Pete.
Watch this, okay? Don't do that.
But the last 2 opponents against Pestriaev landed half their blows, 50%. And those were lesser-known people, not the kind of fighters that Pernell Whitaker has been throughout his career. So I think Pestriaev is rising to the occasion a little bit here. Certainly in the past few rounds, he's gotten much better at dealing with Whitaker's stuff.
Yeah, he's probably a lot more cautious because he knows what he's in against here.
So he's fighting more defensively.
Much more defensively and much carefully. And again, the best defense is offense, and he's throwing some pretty good defensive punches. When Whitaker comes, he throws 3 or 4 straight punches, and that is good right there. Those are good defensive punches.
Watch the elbows. 5 seconds. Nope.
That was a good counter left by Whitaker. He fell a little short with it.
Come on, fellas. Come on, let go. Let's box, fellas. Come on. Box it out. That's it.
Official time.